Welcome back to Primetime News, and a special welcome once again if you're watching on onespotmedia.com. There will be a further delay in the setting up of the field hospital at the Savanna-la-mar Hospital in Westmoreland. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made the revelation today. In the meantime, the facility has been moving some of its patients to another location to help ease the burden from the main COVID-19 wards. Shamela Pullen has this Primetime News follow-up.
In late August, it was announced that a field hospital would be ready in 2 weeks to help with the COVID-19 patient load at the Savanna-la-mar Hospital in Westmoreland. But with the 2 weeks timeline passed, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says there has been a further delay. According to Dr. Tufton, the project was delayed due to issues relating to water and rain, but that has now subsided and work has resumed. Dr. Tufton says at the moment, the base of the field hospital is being constructed.
In the meantime, we have added some additional beds in one section of the hospital, which was renovated and repurposed. I think it's about 14 or 15 beds. So that should ease some of the challenges of requirements there. Still a very stressful situation because the numbers are high. But we're doing the best we can to try and accommodate the numbers, the demands on the system and make it easier for the clinical staff.
Dr. Tufton said the field hospital would be ready in a month. He was speaking at one of the COVID-19 vaccination mobilization units in St. Andrew on Saturday. On the issue of getting more persons to take the jab, Dr. Tufton says the issue is not so much of hesitancy anymore, but rather providing access to persons to come out and take the vaccine.
The objective, of course, is to add another channel for vaccination. In this instance, these units will travel to locations, park up, and as you can see, accommodated by tents, registration, and then they go into the buses and get vaccinated. It's a good turnout, as you can see here at Fontana. Hopefully in the weeks to come we will see more of these kind of pop-ups in order to achieve the vaccination program objectives that we set.
Dr. Tufton is also discouraging persons who are still waiting on a particular vaccine brand. He is reassuring them that all vaccine brands are safe, and this includes the Johnson & Johnson, which he says has a low take-up rate when compared to the other brands.
Indeed, I know people who have died waiting on a particular brand. And so I really want to encourage Jamaicans to look at the other brands that they may not know much about or prefer, and recommend that the Johnson & Johnson brand, which is going to eventually be the dominant brand in the country based on the contractual obligations that we have, to take that vaccine because it is equally good and you have the added benefit of having a single dose as opposed to a double dose.
Earlier this week, the Ministry of Health says approximately 5.1% of the population is fully immunized. Dr. Tufton is hoping that by next month, that percentage will be much higher. Some 350,000 Jamaicans will become due for their second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in the coming weeks. The Ministry of Health is encouraging persons to ensure they come out and get their second dose in order to be fully vaccinated as it continues its quest for herd immunity. Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says there is no need for Jamaicans to panic with the presence of the COVID-19 mu variant now on the island. Dr. Tufton says, based on information from the experts, the variant is not of any threat in terms of transmissibility and spread.
We have an obligation, once it is identified as a variant of concern by the World Health Organization, not just to test for it, but to be transparent about its presence here in the country. So we announce it. But let's also recognize that Jamaica is an open society. We have a tourism industry. We have a huge diaspora community. There is hardly likely to be a variant that is in our major markets that we're connected to, whether by relationships, whether by friendship, family, or just being a tourist host. That is not likely to come here at some point.